Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be about fourth year of medical school. If you're currently in the grind of medical school right now, then you may have heard that fourth year is the best year. And pretty much now that I'm done almost with fourth year, just have one more year left. One more month left. God forbid, one more year. One more month left. I can't agree, fourth year is awesome and it is the best year of medical school. So what makes fourth year so good? I would say the freedom, the freedom to choose your schedule, the freedom to do electives that you want. Now having the ability to maybe do rotations in the specialty that you're going into, the ability to interview for residency and apply for residency and see so many different cities and programs across the country. The fact that it's your final year, so you're enjoying your final year of being a student. I think all of those aspects go together and create and make, fourth year your best year. For me, I applied to emergency medicine, and so I chose my schedule, my fourth year elective, pretty much based off of emergency medicine. So my school requires that you do 7 total rotations for graduation in your fourth year. So I did 3 months of emergency medicine, and then I did a radiology month, and then I'm doing medical ICU currently, which I'm almost done with. And then next month, my final rotation will be anesthesia. That makes 6. I'm also doing a research month, which is kind of a rotation, but I already completed all the requirements because it was based off the research project that I did in Ghana maybe like 2 summers ago. So it's interesting, during my third year I did like a what's in my medical book bag video, and that has kind of changed as far as what I carry around now in fourth year. For one, I have not had to wear my white coat throughout any of my rotations during fourth year, which is awesome. I've been in scrubs in every single rotation, no white coat required. Pretty much all I carry around in my current medical bag, which is this right here. I love this bag from ISM. I got it recently. I have not been using this throughout fourth year, but the items that I have been using in my previous bag are in here. So this is a super like sleek black bag. It has the gold accent to it. So I'm just gonna show you guys quickly throughout fourth year what I have been carrying in this bag. So to start with, it has 2 separate compartments. Right here you can put a laptop in it, so it has a laptop sleeve. I got a new MacBook, which thank goodness, because my old one was just giving me such a headache to edit my videos with. It was just super slow, always freezing. I got a new MacBook Air, and it fits very well into this compartment right here. And then if you open up this is where most of my things go. So I have about 3 items in here. Of course, stethoscope. Need this. And then a little notebook right here. I wrote all my patient encounters and interactions right here in this notebook. And then right here, this is emergency medicine fundamentals. So anytime I need to look up maybe a diagnosis, the treatment plan, the workup, this was like my best friend. This is actually more thorough than what I typically use, though. Let me get to the other one. Okay, emergency medicine basics. If you are going into EM, you need to get this booklet. You can either get it from Emma or you can get it from Amazon. It has pretty much the general kind of chief complaints that will walk through the emergency department, and then it'll tell you like the workup for it. Some of the concerns that you need to be looking for on the history and physical, the physical exam findings, what labs you need to order, what imaging you need to get, the kind of documentation you need to have. So I just love this so much, and it was so helpful on all 3 of my emergency medicine rotations. And then, so this bag, which is really nice about it, it comes with a charging power bank. And so this is super handy. So I carry this with me every day. And then it also comes with a water bottle. So yeah, that's pretty neat for a bag to come with both a charger and a water bottle. All right, so that's pretty much it in that larger compartment. So you see larger compartment, and then it has a small zipper right here, which I carry a few items, just some headphones, This Maxwell, which I mentioned on my last what's in my bag video. Don't really use it too much because I don't really need it anymore, but it was super helpful in third year, just getting the basics down of doing a history and physical, lab findings, things like that. So I would highly suggest getting this. And then I have a pen, and then pen light, which is always handy for physical exams. And then yeah, that's it in that section. So now I'm gonna move to the front pocket. I have this EMRA antibiotic guide, very good again for emergency medicine, and not really emergency medicine, but any like specialty you go into. So pretty much they have a table of contents, and then like say you need antibiotic coverage for the GI system, or you need it for an immune compromised patient, or you need it for bone disease. Like it pretty much has the guideline for any antibiotic you need. So you can imagine how helpful this can be on a rotation. And then you got some hand sanitizer, some hand lotion, and then a lip balm. And that is it for what's in my bag. Pretty much the basics that that I needed. And again, like you can see how heavily focused it was with emergency medicine. All three of these are EM related and really helped me on my away rotations. So yeah, this is my current bag of choice. For me, I just really love the look of it, and you know how compact it is. It just looks really nice. And of course, I do have a discount code for you guys. So if you guys are interested in this bag and want to check it out, you can use the code PRECIOUS25, and that'll save you $25 off your purchase. All right, so let's jump into fourth year medical school. And number one, starting with, you know, how you should pick your rotations. You know, some people suggest doing things that'll really help you in residency as far as your specialty of choice. Some people suggest doing things that you just may never see again in medicine after you specialize. For instance, like maybe do dermatology if you know you're going into orthopedic surgery and you're not going to deal with dermatology. So there's different ways you can do it. For me, I did things that'll be helpful for my general medical knowledge, and also things that'll be helpful for being an emergency medicine physician. So of course it was required that I had to do at least 2 emergency medicine rotations to apply for that residency, because you need these things called SLOs, which are like standard letters of evaluation, and that's needed as part of your application. And so I did 3 total emergency medicine rotations. I thoroughly enjoyed the rotation. And you just get this sense of like when you're finally doing the rotation for the specialty that you want to go into, like a feeling of yes, like I'm excited, like I belong in the emergency department, or maybe I belong in the OR, like wherever you're going. So there was definitely like a certain level of excitement each day going to the emergency department, and you know, having my shifts throughout those 3 months. And I will say those emergency medicine rotations was like the best I performed as a student, like throughout my whole clinical rotations, 3rd, 4th year included, because I was just ready. I was prepared, you know, like I felt like comfortable in that environment. And based off the feedback that I got from my attendings, based off the slows that I got, even the response that I got on the interview trail, you know, I could tell that I really performed well on those rotations, which I'm, you know, very happy about. Moving on, after emergency medicine, I chose to do a radiology elective, because as emergency physicians, you're constantly ordering different images, whether that's a chest x-ray, whether that's a CT scan, any kind of imaging study. It's important to know how to interpret it on your own and not always relying on the radiology read for that, but you need to have those basic skills for yourself. So I felt that that would be a good rotation for me, and I really did learn a lot. So I'm happy I did that rotation as well. Next is the medical ICU rotation. With emergency medicine, you're going to be doing a lot of ICU months during your residency, and also in the emergency department, you need to know how to handle and manage critically ill patients. So for me, I felt it'll be a good 4th year rotation to have, just to, you know, get that introduction to the ICU. And it's been a pretty good experience. We've had a lot of sick patients, different things we've been doing, like placing A lines, placing central lines, you know, using the ultrasound and getting more comfortable with that. So far it's been a pretty good experience in the ICU. And then my final rotation, which I'm really excited about, which will start in March, will be anesthesia. So again, intubation, that's a thing that's pretty common that you'll be doing, and a skill that you need how to do in the emergency department, as well as just basic clinical skills like practicing starting IVs or drawing blood. You know, the patients are going to be sleep and surgery and anesthesia, so that's the perfect opportunity to practice those things. And I realized that during third year, sometimes I would either ask the tech or ask the anesthesiologist, you know, can I start this IV? You know, the patient was already asleep, so it was okay to get that practice in. So I'm gonna make you know, a real effort to continuously, every patient I get, try to, you know, start the IV, draw blood, work on my intubation skills. So I'm really looking forward to my anesthesia month. So yeah, those are my fourth year electives that I chose. I'm really happy that I did not have to step foot in any kind of clinical setting when you're, you know, doing outpatient work. I know some schools do require you have to have maybe some kind of outpatient experience. My school did not require it, so I did not do that. Pretty much all rotations were hospital based. Oh, and back to, again, why fourth year is like the best year, such a good time. You have like a lot of free time. Like with my ICU rotation, you know, we go 5 days a week. We're there at 7 and we're done maybe around lunchtime. With radiology, we're done again maybe around 12 noon. With anesthesia, you know, you're just going to be intubating in the morning. A lot of my classmates that already did this rotation said sometimes they were done by 11 and 12. So in that aspect, you have so much free time. You're no longer really taking, as far as my rotations in my school at least, you're no longer like taking these shelf exams at the end of every rotation. So the pressure is off. You're just learning for your general knowledge. You don't have to constantly studying for an exam at the end of rotation or worry about lectures or quizzes and things like that. But just know that all of fourth year is not a walk in the park. In the beginning, you are going to be grinding depending on what specialty you're going into, because more of the specialized fields do require away rotations, and during these rotations you're constantly being evaluated. It's essentially a month-long interview, and if you want to go to that program, you especially want to make a good impression. So in that aspect, in the beginning of fourth year, you're going to be working hard. You're going to try to be doing your best to prepare your application for residency. And then after that grind of like the first few months, it does start to slow down a little bit, and then you can enjoy, you know, the rest of what fourth year has to offer. And then there is a lot of off time and vacation time. Like I'm done in March. Graduation is in May, so I have like April, May off pretty much. And yeah, I have travel plans coming up. Like I'm going to Mexico in April, which I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, there is definitely a balance to it. In the beginning of fourth year, you know, you're getting your applications together. More so towards the end of third year, beginning of fourth year, you're starting to get your applications together for ERAS. You're reaching out to letter of recommendation writers, you know, solidifying your personal statement. In between all this time, you're also taking your board exams. So USMLE step 2, you take 2 parts of it, the CK, which is clinical knowledge, and CS, which is clinical skills. And so it's different in the aspect of step 1. Your school gives you like a dedicated period, maybe like 1 to 3 months to study. You kind of have to work this in with your regular rotation. So maybe you'll take it during a research month or a lighter month, and you just have to find that time to study throughout that period. So that's typically done end of third year, beginning of fourth year, sometime in there whenever you can just like carve out some time. So pretty much, yeah, you're setting up your fourth year schedule, you're applying for residency, and then you're going on interviews. And like, don't underestimate like how draining interviews can get. When I was in third year and I heard from the fourth years about, oh, how tired they are from traveling, from catching so many flights, from spending so many nights in hotel room, I'm like, you are enjoying fourth year, what are you talking about? But now that I've been through it, I can understand how tiring it can get, you know, constantly, whether you're driving to a lot of your interviews, whether you have to get on a flight every minute, whether, yeah, you are in a hotel room. Like, it gets exhausting, not only the travel aspect of it, but just now having to be on an interview, smiling to every single person you see, conversing, making small talk, going to all the pre-interview dinners. Like, at a certain point, it gets exhausting, and that's why a lot of people, when it comes to like January interviews, you'll tend to see they start canceling those interviews because they're just exhausted by that point, and they may have realized, okay, I went on enough, I'm comfortable with the amount I went on, and then they end up canceling the later ones. So when you're scheduling and you're thinking about when to schedule certain programs, if it's one that you know you're really not interested in, I'd probably schedule it towards the end, like in January, just in case you end up canceling one. It's not one that was like high on your list. So looking back and reflecting on 4th year, I would say it's an awesome year. It's rewarding to see like the fruits of your labor. You know, all the work that you put in 1st, 2nd, 3rd year, it's coming to life through you now getting residency interviews, you getting good feedback on your interviews, and you know, just doing well on the rotations that you're actually going into, the specialty that you're going into. So 4th year is a great year. You put in a lot of work in the beginning and then you can kind of relax towards the end. You can really enjoy a lot of medicine without the pressures of, oh, I need to get a great evaluation in 3rd year, I need to get honors or this or that, or I'm worried about getting a letter of recommendation. You can kind of just really enjoy that final year, which is a good feeling. So with that said, you know, I submitted my rank list. I have about, what is it, like 3 more weeks until match day, which I'm really looking forward to. And then after that, it's just the home stretch and graduation will almost be here. May 16th is graduation. So yeah, it's been quite the journey. You know, I've been sharing these 4 years of medical school with you guys, and medical school is tough, but it does not have to be miserable. You know, your life does not end in medical school. You continue to live, but you still work hard. And yeah, I try to show that through this channel that, you know, you can try to create a balance in medical school, still enjoy life, still work hard. I've definitely faced challenges in medical school. You know, step 1 was probably my biggest challenge. That dedicated period of step 1 was probably like one of my lowest points of medical school, but I've overcome it and things have worked out for me. So again, it's a journey. You know, don't be frightened by how difficult medical school can be. You know, so many people have done it before you and you can do it as well. So yeah, I do plan on making future videos about, you know, 4th year in the application process. And if you guys have any specific questions to help me develop videos about maybe where to apply, how to create a rank list, interview tips, you know, I will try to create some of those videos. But if you have specific questions, you can leave it in the comment section below. I'll try to get to those and try to make future videos based off of that. And as far as the direction of this channel, again, I think I mentioned it before, I'm no longer going to be a medical student, so I'm not going to be doing the day in the life of a medical student. I will be a physician now, so it'll be my life as a emergency medicine doctor, but more so lifestyle based and not strictly medicine. So we'll see where the channel goes. If you have any input about that, leave it below. And I'm just gonna take a little, like maybe 2 to 3 week break from uploading. I'm just still on my ICU rotation. Not much is really going on. I start anesthesia soon, so probably in a couple weeks when I start that rotation, I'll pick the videos back up again. And of course, I'll be having a match day video, which will be coming up in a few weeks. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.